Oh.
Yeah, you got to blow that up. These things, they just go all kind of way.
We blow them up and then they go small again.
Fulton County DA slams Jim Jordan's investigation into her prosecution of Trump. Now, do y'all remember a while ago we talked about Jim Johnson?
Was
it Jim Johnson? Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan.
See, I don't even know his name. He's a nobody.
Jim Jordan. He's trying to be a somebody. That's the problem.
And the House Judiciary Committee. He's the chair.
He's the chair.
And they sent a letter to Fani. I think her name is Fani. We keep saying Fani.
Okay.
Fani Willis, the prosecutor who's prosecuting Comover and all the other
in the state of Georgia,
the RICO case. Mm-hmm. And they sent her a letter demanding that she send over some forms and all these different things to see whether they should be able to investigate her in investigating Trump and all this other stuff.
She didn't cuss him out, did she?
So it says, first of all, I warned you, did not tell you.
In a legal lawyer way.
Did not tell you when they sent that letter to her. I said, do not mess with a black woman. And I think it's personal with her. Because even though Trump, I agree with Trump. This stuff is personal with them. Mm-hmm. And I think when they terrorized those two black ladies, that older black lady.
She took that very personal.
And they were crying.
Yes, they lost their jobs.
And people was at their house.
Them, getting ready to kill them.
They couldn't go grocery shopping. They couldn't leave the house.
That's not funny.
And I think it just something about me feel like she's in Atlanta, she's in Georgia, she's a Southern girl, that older lady, black lady living her life, just taking her time out to go and help people vote and to be ridiculed and your whole life changed because Dracula, Mayor Giuliani and Comover, Trump,
singled them out,
that they were crackheads passing
singled them out,
and said they was lying and putting votes in and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
I think she took that. I'm going to take you down. You will never do that again to anybody in this state.
Is that when people make the comment they gonna throw the book at you?
I'm gonna throw the book at you.
So my thing is, and I don't care for any lawyer, any judge, anybody that's coming after you. If they do take it personal, because they do. Could.
Because
as long as they do it legally, and step by step, if they don't do loopholes, and slide stuff here.
When we told you we was moving into a house and we had left some stuff in there, and one of the things we left in there was our grandmother's wheelchair. And we called, and so a crackhead broke in the house that night and stole everything, including our grandmother's wheelchair.
He used the wheelchair to wheel the stuff out.
When we called the police and told them that our stuff was stolen, they didn't even flinch. When we said they took our grandmother's wheelchair, the police officer said, what? We said they took our grandmother's wheelchair. He said, I got this.
Oh, Lord.
They went, they didn't tell us what they did. All I know is they came back with stuff and her wheelchair.
The only thing that was missing out of 3 tables was an
end table.
Tables back. Yeah. Wow. We don't know what they did or how they did it.
They took that personal.
Yeah.
When we said our grandmother's wheelchair.
Yeah. Because
that's why I said they're human. So police are human. Prosecutors are human. Judges are human. So they take some things personal.
But even that's what I was trying to say. Aside from your cop story, that's different.
Right. Why is this? Okay, go ahead.
If she's a lawyer or a judge or a lawyer is taking something what that person did personal because they're bending things.
They're not supposed to.
If they're using still the law and doing it the right way. She's doing RICO charges. That's very smart.
Well, this is what she said.
Because she don't want nobody who was under his spell to get away.
So this is what she said. I told you when Jim Jordan sent that letter to her, telling her, you better send us this and this and this. I said, oh boy, wait till Fani. Don't mess with a black woman. Well, he messed with a black woman.
And what happened?
It said Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis delivered a scathing response to House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan's demands for information about her investigation into the efforts to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia, slamming the Republican for trying to interfere with an active criminal case, according to a new letter that was issued today, Thursday. Willis condemned Jordan's investigation into her case against former President Donald Trump and his allies. She said Jordan's probe obvious purpose is to obstruct a Georgia criminal proceeding and to advance outrageous partisan misrepresentation. She argued, this is quote, there is no justification in the Constitution for Congress to interfere with a state criminal matter, as you attempt to do.
Thank you.
Dismissing Jordan's request for a broad array of documents, demanding that she give him documents pertaining to her investigation, Willis argued Congress does not have jurisdiction to seek information about her ongoing criminal investigation.
Thank you.
She goes, quote, your letter seeks the revelation of non-public and privileged information concerning my office investigation and prosecution. Your job description, she telling him what his job is.
Oh, stop.
As a legislator does not include criminal law enforcement. Nor does it include supervising a specific criminal trial because you believe that doing so will promote your party political objectives.
Yeah.
Willis did voluntarily provide information about the federal funds her office receives. She said her office has received more than $14 million in federal grants for a variety of programs, including addressing violent crime, risk at youth, and domestic violence. By providing the explanations for each grant, Willis seems to be trying to get ahead of a common refrain from Jordan and the House Republicans who say government has been weaponized against conservatives and have threatened to cut funding. In other words, I don't get funding from you. It doesn't come from the government. We've raised $14 million for youth at risk, for seniors, and for domestic violence, and none of it has come from the government.
Okay.
So you can cut that out, Mr. Jim Jordan, if that's your next question. She says, quote, if you and your colleagues follow through on your threats to deny this office federal funds, please be aware that you will be deciding to allow serial rapists to go unprosecuted, hate crimes to be unaddressed, and to cancel programs for at-risk children. Such vengeful, uncalled for legislative action would impose serious harm on the citizens we serve, including the fact that it would make them less safe. CNN has reached out to Jordan's office for comment in a letter. He ain't said, he hasn't.
Of course he ain't gonna say nothing.
I love how she said, I'm going to paraphrase this one. She said, obviously, see, he failed the bar exam.
He did?
Several times.
How you know?
A lot of people looked into his history. And he's over the Judiciary Committee.
How they gonna put...
How you gonna put
Margaret Taylor Greene over something?
Lawyer over a legal team?
Thank you.
So she kind of dug in his crawl with this.
Ooh.
She said, in your understanding your letter, you obviously don't understand RICO law.
Ooh.
Then she listed a book that he could buy and read. She said, because you're not a lawyer and you don't have your license, the book is $269. It's cheaper for lawyers. She really don't mess with a black woman. How embarrassing is that?
Law degree,
in other words, she's saying you don't understand law. Here's a book you can read. And because you're not a lawyer, because you failed your bar exam, it's going to cost you more than me. Because this is a book that lawyers get. She said, I suggest you read that book.
You came at her, Jim, and she came back at you. So, poof. Thank you, my sister. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Okay. There's more to it.
CNN reached out to Jordan's office for comment in a letter to Willis last month. Jordan, okay, he already did his thing. Talking about you did not bring charges 2.5 years later. No, she wrote him back and told him pretty much to mind your own business and stay out of mine.
Thank you.
Because legally you will be interfering with an ongoing case.
And that would
I know you failed your bar exam and you don't understand that. You know that's what she wanted to say.
I know.
So let me put it, she wrote in a way where you could tell she was so demoralizing.
Heated.
You could tell she wrote it like she was writing to a kid.
Yeah.
Let me explain this to you so you'll understand, because you don't have a law degree, even though you're over the Judiciary Committee.
But my thing is, who allowed him to even move forward with this whole thing?
That committee.
So that committee, he's speaking for that committee.
They're Republicans. Most of them are Republicans.
And as lawyers, wouldn't they not realize that
they're not lawyers?
I thought it was another lawyer that was
lawyers on there, but she obviously telling them they don't know what they're talking about.
Shoot, yeah.
Okay. Patricia says Diana Ross is from Detroit, and I'm quite sure it came out of a couple of times. And Wendy M says, "Damn." So yeah.
What does that mean?
Probably for something we was talking about with Diana Ross.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. I love how she kicked back at him, big dummy.
Thank you. That'll shut him down for a little bit.